the difference between being rich and being wealthy? What's the difference?
Okay, being rich and being wealthy, one is a subset of the other, right? So, for example, being rich is you having an abundance of something, but being wealthy is you being the source of an abundance. So, if I dash someone on this call 10 million naira now, I just made you 10 million naira richer.
Good.
But that's not being wealthy is now when you become a source of continuous flow of 10 million naira. That's when you are wealthy.
Yeah.
So when you become the source, that's wealth. Now you cannot supply that abundance. But being rich is just you having it. So there's this principle of be do have. So being is the wealthy, is being wealthy. But having is riches is what you have. Wealth is who you are. Right? So being wealthy is being a source of unending riches. But being rich is just you having, whatever it is you have in abundance. Yeah. So that's how I define it.
Very, very good. I mean, it's very clear why some people get rich, but they never get wealthy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to know how to transition from being rich to being wealthy. It's a different ballgame. Yeah.
Great. Now, in the light of AI and the changes in the technology in the world, what are some of the things that you believed about wealth building that you no longer believe?
Okay, firstly, I would say that I had to have a switch at some point to understand that wealth is in being a creator. So if you check everything that AI can replace or can do is what we've glorified to do mechanically. For example, right now, you hardly need a scanner when your phone can scan just by taking a picture, right?
Yeah.
So, and if you, for example, I made a tweet. I saw someone was making, what's it called? It was stamping letters, right? And I retweeted that thing and I said, this person also believed that technology could not take his job. So the truth is that whatever we can do mechanically, right? That's really not the way to wealth. The people who work, I used to say this, that people who work with their mind, with their brain, right? People who work with their body from their neck downwards, they would always say people who work from their neck upwards. So people who work harder with their neck downwards, they would always say people who work harder with their neck upwards. And that's basically this whole AI thing. If you check everything that AI would do, AI can do, they are mechanical jobs. And even from time immemorial, mechanical jobs hardly make anybody wealthy. I made a statement sometime and a lot of people came after me. I said, no, you can't be a billionaire graphics designer. You can't be you have to convert that graphic design skill into a media agency, into a design agency. That's when you now become a powerhouse that you can now scale into something that can make you a billionaire. So you would say that at the end of the day, skill in itself, the mechanical skill is meant to be a tool that you use. But many of us get stuck with it. We no longer see it as a tool to be used. We see it as all in all. No. If I'm a creative, writing is a form of expression. Singing is a form of expression. It's a tool, right? If AI comes and I don't need to probably make the set, the fact that I'm still a creative, I will find a way to better use AI to create better things that people will still watch and enjoy. So I guess people need to just transition from being mechanical to actually being a creator, to thinking more, to learning how to use it as a tool, rather than just thinking that I have to work hard, I have to use my body. No, let's learn to use our minds more so that AI can become a tool for us to create wealth. Yeah, that's how I see it.
If you had to start your journey all over again, what are the top 3 skills that you will rush and ridiculously develop now with vis-a-vis with the way the world is at the moment?
With the way the world is at the moment, top
and you're
skills
starting
I
all
would
over
learn.
again. Now, additional starting all over again. What are the 3 skills that you will zero on monomaniacally to get sorted?
To be honest, number 1, people skills. I would learn how to make friends, how to connect, how to build relationships. people skills. I don't know how to break it down, but people skills. Gone are the days of I'm shy. Gone are the days of I don't know how to talk to people. Gone are the days of I don't know how to connect. I don't know how to network. No, I would aggressively just connect. I would aggressively just put myself in places. Secondly, honestly speaking, I would learn sales. Why divide people's skills into? I would have mixed them together, but I've learned that people skills and sales skills are two different things. So I would learn sales because sales is what would help me maximize the connections I've built. Sales is how I would learn how to make money off them. Sales is how I would learn how to meet their needs. Right now, when it comes to the last part or the last skill I would learn, as if I was starting additional all over again, nobody knows me and things like that. I would learn content creation. Not content creation as in comic content creation, but I will learn to put myself out there to tell stories. I will learn storytelling because I've learned that in this age and time, you must learn how to sell first, then build, not build then sell.
I like that.
But many people still make that mistake of first locking themselves up to go and build, and then you end up launching, and nobody needs what you're building. That's why the smartest people nowadays are the people that are building in public. They won't start a tech company. They will make a TikTok. I'm starting this company. They won't start a fashion design. They will make you think that they are trying to chase clout. No, they are smart. They are the ones that will be able to iterate on the go. They are seeing their customer reaction. They are seeing comments. They are seeing feedbacks instantly, and they can quickly adapt. So if I'm building any company nowadays, starting all over now, I will tell stories first. I will sell first, then go and build what people are asking for. I've made the mistakes also. And I'm telling anybody, you won't sell anything, sell it first, then go and build. So you are building to meet demand. You are not building and waiting for demand. No, demand is already there. Before I wrote my book, False Promise, I've been getting a lot of messages. Do you have a book? Do you have a book? From content we put out. So by the time we launched, people were waiting for it. It was not a struggle. Instead of writing the book, they're now starting to start to find marketing strategy and those things. Sell first, then build later. So people skills, sales skills, and content creation. Content creation will be how I put myself out. Sales skill will help me quickly know what they're asking for and build a product to quickly sell to them. People skill is how I want to raise funds. I want to get into places. I want to scale up. I want to have a mentor. So those three skills, I mean, they are enviable. Yeah, they are just top notch for me.
Very, very powerful. I remember writing a book a while back, and I took the book to one of my mentors in Lagos, and I was excited. Then he said something that I'll never forget for the rest of my life. He said, "Paul, I'm happy about your second book, but here's what I want you to do. I want you to own the market and not the factory." That don't think you heard me. I'm just saying that it collaborates with what you're saying. Very smart guy.
Yeah, I get that.
Because if you own the market, you can always outsource the factory.
Definitely. Definitely.
Typical
US scenarios. Yeah.
Look at you now. You have generated enough demand for the book. You architectured the demand.
Exactly.
You manufactured the demand.
But some people go to lock themselves up trying to write a book. There's nothing. Nobody cares about how good your product is. They care about whether they want it or not. And if they don't want it, they don't want it. That's the thing. But people just don't know. This is not the age of I'm the best. This is the age of I'm the best known. Nobody cares whether you are the best anymore. So I used to complain about that thing. I see people that I'm better than, they're making more money than I am. But I had to learn it. Bro, nobody knows me. People know these guys. So who do I expect them to buy from? They will buy from them. I know someone there was a book I wrote, I think 2022, thereabout, 2021, thereabout. I didn't sell up to, it was an ebook. I'm not sure I sold up to 50 copies. Someone picked that book, converted into a class, and a WhatsApp group was filled up. The guy made more money. It was someone from the book that got the book, that also was on the platform, that reached out to me that, these things are from your book now. Why is this person copying it? I could never be angry because I'm like, obviously this person is smarter than I am. Because how are you making more money from a book I wrote than I myself who wrote the book?
Yeah.
And I guess that's where I learned it, that, bro, in this age and time, whoever is trying to build anything now, sell first, build later. Sell first. Yeah, sell first, build later. That's the truth. Meet the demand. That's
fantastic. Fantastic. You know, one of my favorite humans is Charlie Munger is dead now. Died in 2023. It was 99 years old. Yeah. One of my favorite humans, you know. I love him. Yeah. So one of my favorite quotes of him, he says that take a simple idea, but take it seriously. Take a simple idea, but take it seriously. It's the mental model that I run with. All right. So where did the shift happen for you? Because the version of you that we're all seeing today is not the version that you are. What happened to you? Was it a book you read? Was it an encounter you had with the person? I don't know. So what was that shift? Because everybody has a trigger moment.
Yeah.
That once that thing just happens to you, you're like, you will never remain the same again.
Yeah.
What happened to you?
I think for me, so there was a particular time. I would say they're in two phases. The first time, I didn't really know how to interpret what I was feeling, the hunger I was feeling. I didn't know how to interpret it. But that was where it started from. We had a little family challenge and we thought it was spiritual until someone that had money came around and solved it. So I think I was about 13, thereabouts. So my mind just got shifted at. So we could have gotten fixed in this thing for so long, thinking it was spiritual. Meanwhile, all we needed was money. So I just began to get fascinated by rich guys, right? So I want to, if I see someone that maybe my classmates that their parents are rich, when I look at them, I'm looking at them like, why are they better? Why are they different? So that's where the curiosity started from. I just want to know, why does your father have a car and mine doesn't? Why is your school uniform always new every time and mine, I have to wear the same one I wore last time, this time? I just had questions. Why do I have to walk after school and you just go home and then you watch TV and come to gist us about the movie you watch the next day? So that question, I was searching for answers and things like that. Then fast forward. So I would say that was when I began to read books that I think are written by successful people.
Yeah.
But for so long, I still could not interpret what I was reading. Because, you see, the danger of coming from a poor background is that you think that what you don't have is money. No, the main damage is to the mind.
Yeah.
Money is just a symptom. In fact, it's the least.
Yeah.
The main damage is not the money. Even rich people go broke.
Yeah.
There are times when when they are not that liquid.
Yeah.
But they don't feel like they are poor, things like that. So I was trying to chase money without dealing with what was here. Right? And then, so I think 2019 was when I found the book Winning Minds by Ross J. And then I read the story of Jack Welch. I think that was where it began for me. Because I could not understand how a casual worker became the right-hand person to Thomas Edison. So that story messed up my mind. It totally just messed up my mind. I read the book almost every day for 1 year. Not the book, not the time, just that chapter alone. I just could not drop it. How did this happen? How did a casual staff become the CEO of General Electric? How did it happen? I just had questions. So I kept reading, and then one day, one line just got highlighted. That the day this guy got into this company, he said to himself that he was going to become the right-hand person to this guy. So every day after work, he goes back home and kept studying about what they do in the company, even though it was a casual staff. The day that Thomas Edison was going to have a question for the entire staff, I was going to ask them to come up with an idea to solve a problem. He was the only one with an idea. Why? From the day he resumed, he was preparing for that moment.
Yeah.
So I just picked that live your life every day as if as you go out, you're going to meet your breakthrough. And so I clearly define what breakthrough is for me. So I now got into a business and I'm like, okay, breakthrough for me is someone investing in my business. So how do I prepare myself in such a way that any day I can meet someone that would invest in my business? So I prepared a business plan and I recited it every morning. That was really where it began for me. I tell people that the first day I got into real estate was the first day I prepared a proposal for a billionaire real estate deal. I've not even sold $1 million property. But because of that line from that book, it just became my anchor. It just became my anchor. So every day, if you meet me randomly during the day, even till now, I can tell you exactly what I'm looking for. Specifically, what I'm looking for. I can tell you. Right? So I believe that line from that book, so that story that someone from a no background can just, and then I think when I now read the story, this book, I think that was this book about Think and Grow Rich.
Napoleon Hill, yeah.
Right. Yeah, Napoleon Hill. So I realized that. So I compared it with the scripture that says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So let me tell you one of the things that I do. You would never hear me, on no occasion, hear me say I don't have money. And I'm not saying it started now. I'm saying for the last maybe 3-4 years. You will never hear me. You're asking me, we need to do this, I'll tell you, we'll get it done. Even if my account is zero. I would go to check properties that I don't have money for. I would get on deals. I just took it literally. That as a man thinks in his heart, it will become it. So easy.
Yeah.
But many people, they approach life at the level of their account balance. They approach deals. You want to go to school. You are checking what school can I afford. They want to start a business. What business can I afford? Right? They want to do everything. They keep subjecting it to their account balance. Meanwhile, when you rise, it is the challenges that you chase that you're going to get solved. If you chase a 2,000 naira challenge, that's the challenge you get solved. You chase a 1 million naira challenge, that challenge you get solved. You chase a 10 billion challenge, that's the challenge you get solved. Right? So that's basically what just changed my approach to life. And I guess that's where my life picked up. Yeah.
I like that because I think somebody said that if you leave ready, you will not have to get ready. So
yeah,
that's that thing that you're always reciting the business plan.
Yeah.
And then another one when you said that you never say that you don't have money. That when some people looking for a property, they look for the cheapest one. And
yeah,
it's very powerful because the moment you shift your consciousness, ability rises up to match it. Let me share a story with you, a quick one, just to exemplify this point.
Yeah.
I used to live in Badore, in Ajah.
Yeah.
And I used to live in Maryland Estate in Badore, Ajah. My rent was 1 million naira then. So I want to charge my laptop, my phone. So because of the traffic, I now said, no, let's move to around the Pinnock Beach Estate area. Now guess what you saw? When I moved to that estate, in my Badore house, I had ceiling fan in all the rooms. Wait, now what is? In this my new house, I was taking the ceiling fan to the house. The security guard said, "Oh God, they didn't use ceiling fan for here." What is? My service charge in the new house was the rent
of the former house.
No, I don't think you heard me. But guess what, my dear brother? I made more money in that house.
Yeah.
I made more money. Why? The moment my consciousness shifts.
Yeah.
Insane.
You do everything to get it done. Yeah.
Insane. So what you're saying is totally and completely correct.
Yeah.
Now, you work with a lot of business people. You coach a lot of people. From what you see at your level of business and where you are, why do you think businesses fail in our part of the world? Why do you think we don't compete at that level in our part of? Because I just finished doing a training for Lemfi. I don't know whether you know Lemfi. It's like the largest remittance company. I just finished it a few hours ago. Talking to a lot of entrepreneurs in the UK. I told them something. I said, as people of color, we must work twice as hard to get half of what these guys have. Because they've taken over the world.
Yeah.
They've taken over this world. Great. So why do you think businesses don't do well?
So I will start from here. When an American teenager wakes up and wants to do a business, from the get-go, is thinking of the whole world.
Yes.
When a Nigerian wakes up and wants to do a business, is thinking of Lagos.
Lagos.
That's the first thing that I could not understand, right? Because I was having a conversation with people. In fact, several people asked me. I said, "But do you know that these products, all the things you do in your company, cannot appeal to someone even in Ghana here?
Yeah.
Right. Not to talk of someone in Europe. Right. So this is the foundation for even all these things." And see, we should also not underestimate, honestly speaking, how damaged we are mentally.
Yes.
When it comes to the subject of economy, business. We are trying to, at first, solve a poverty problem. We are just first trying to survive. Let me even put it like that. First trying to survive. Right? Before you even think of anything, that's why before you have conversation with a Nigerian about legacy, there will be very few. Or everybody is first thinking survival first. So, and see, the once your vision is not really that large, right? Any hiccup or any challenge can discourage you and you want to try something else because you have an immediate need to meet. So we don't really have stamina for long term. So even many businesses that fail, if there was stamina for long term, they could still pivot, still iterate somehow. But because there's rent, there's feeding, there's this, there's that, right? So everybody's in survival mode. And also, I believe that entrepreneurship in Africa, so to say, have been taught as a get-rich-quick scheme. Oh, salary is the money they pay to forget your dream. This and this and this, that and that and that. Just start a business. And you are teaching, maybe there's some truth there. But the quality of the person you're asking to go and start a business, is the person at the level that the person is an entrepreneur? Because many people are employees starting a business. As a person, they are still employees. And they're starting a business. It can't work. It can't work. Someone asked me, he said, why do you think people have to start multiple business before one now succeed? I said, no, the problem is never with the business. The business is neutral. And I'm talking as someone that also failed right before. So I'm saying what I've seen is that the businesses that failed is a symptom of the quality of the person running the business at the time. The businesses that succeed is a symptom of their growth over time. That now they are now a quality of a person that can now build a successful business.
100%.
So really, when it comes to why businesses fail, many people don't even know the first thing about business. You see that someone who run a business now, it's their first big break. They want to prove that they've gotten a new car online. They want to launch a new house. There's already pressure to solve.
That's not good. That's not good. How has being visible on LinkedIn, on YouTube, has it helped your deal flow? Because I mean, think about it. The All In podcast is run by all of them. Jason Calanis, Chamath, they're all billionaires. And Jason said it with his own mouth that this podcast has helped their deal flow tremendously. I'm going somewhere. There's a guy that runs a podcast here in England. It's called 20VC, Harry Stubbins. He's 20-something, 30 now. He started when he was 18 years old. From his podcast, he interviews only venture capitalists. From his podcast, he started a VC firm. His firm is worth 400 million pounds.
Correct.
He has never gone to invest before. He's a lead investor in companies like Lovable. That link that everybody, a lot of you use. Are receiving money that's there. He learned everything from media. How has the media helped your business in terms of deal flow, instead of positioning. Guys, please take a screenshot. Tell your friends to join. This is like a free masterclass. This guy is dropping some game here, man. So how does that help you?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, when I started to put content out from the get-go, it was 100% a lead magnet strategy.
Yes, for deal flow, yeah.
100% a lead magnet strategy. And that's why even when certain influencers started coming, I knew exactly what I was aiming for. I didn't pay attention to it. So many people do not know that thought leadership is one of the best marketing strategies.
100%, I believe that.
Many people have zero idea that thought leadership is one of the biggest marketing strategies, because it's a way to project who you are without saying come and buy. It's a way to project this is what I'm good at without ever coming out to say, oh, please patronize me. Right? Even deals that you will not necessarily advertise, people will personally just reach out to you, send you a mail.
Sorry guys, some of you are talking to Mr. Addition. Mr. Additional is not Mr. Bright. So you guys sort out yourself with Mr. Bright. Leave Mr. Additional alone. It's not Mr. Bright. Sekuni, please. Thank you. Right.
All right. So when it comes to how the media has helped deal flow, number one, I would say that the honest truth is that it has helped me position myself
100%.
How I want to position, to whom I want to position to. Because I know what I want to say. I plan what I want to put out. Right? I know the people I'm targeting. Exactly how I want to put it out. So instead of me trying to do trial and error, trying to run out, trying to do all these things, which is good, but thought leadership would get you the exact audience personnel that you want.
That's right. That's right.
It will get you those people that you want. So, for example, there's several deals that I get that instead of me trying to sell to them, they've been sold.
And it's free distribution for you as well.
Yeah. They've been sold. In fact, I get people that say, someone just sent me your video and it really makes sense, but you mentioned something about investment here. Can we have a conversation about it? And I'm like, this person, if he was referred, I would have been saying, oh, this is me, this is what I do, all those things. But I do need all those things. They've seen the videos, they just come, they're already what do they call the warm audience, maybe even hot audience. Right? So it has really, but many people just don't understand that part, that when you can position yourself as a trustworthy, as a knowledgeable person, as a thought leader, especially when you can talk with conviction, not just opinion, not just some random facts here and there, but they can tell that you are not just speaking head knowledge, just copying from book and posting, right? But you are speaking, they can tell that this is from experience.
100%.
Right? It would, the goal, the result is limitless. Like the person you mentioned that runs a podcast where he interviews VCs, right? There are people that will just reach out to him. In fact, he might start a VC firm that people will just assume on his behalf that because he interviews those people, right? Definitely he must have them in their network, and maybe they don't really know each other that much. But people would assume on your behalf. They would assume your excellence on your behalf. They would assume your reach on your behalf. So that's really the power of thought leadership. It's really limitless.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Which of the platforms do you bet on?
Funny enough, it's funny that TikTok picked up first, even before YouTube.
Really?
TikTok was the first. In fact, TikTok was the first proof that I could make big money online. People still don't understand when I tell people that my first 8 figures was on TikTok. It was just a DM on TikTok. I finished a live session on TikTok. Someone just entered my DM and was like, oh, I have this capital. I don't know what to do with it. And that was it. Right? And then before, in fact, YouTube was more like recently, maybe like late last year.
Yeah. Because
that's when people now got to know that, oh, this guy has tons of videos on YouTube. So they could now binge watch YouTube.
Yeah.
Right? So it was from TikTok, then Instagram. So from Instagram, I think Instagram was more consistent. than TikTok. TikTok was just once a while as a then, but Instagram was where Instagram is more consistent, so to say. So it's more frequent, people making inquiries and things like that. So, but right now, if I would say which platform I would really bet on, it to be Instagram, right? And most likely it's not even because there are people that are on Instagram, they are faceless. They might not have DP, their page might be private, they might not have any post on the Instagram, but they are watching. They are watching. So right now I think Instagram. Right. Yeah. Now Instagram now takes them to YouTube and then they send mails here and there, they reach out. Yeah, but Instagram now.
Very, very good. If you're employing, if you were employing a new set of staff right now, you're starting your business all over again, what role would you employ first and why?
If I was starting my business all over again,
yes, and you're employing for roles, what role would you
employ? If I was employing for a role, I'm a salesperson already. So if this might be funny, but I would employ a finance person first.
And why?
I would employ an accountant. Because I've realized that many entrepreneurs at the early stage make money, but they hardly know how to keep it. They hardly know how to keep it. They hardly understand how to reinvest. They can easily assume that this is profit. They can easily try to, every idea makes sense to them. But when you just have a finance-oriented person that can tell you, okay, I understand this is a good idea, but can we break the risk? Can we try, maybe you want to run a marketing campaign. Instead of putting 50 million at them, can we try with 10 million first? Many entrepreneurs found out we just want to throw the 50 million because they are hoping it's going to bring back 100 million. So I've seen that many founders, honestly, they don't have strong finance foot. Good. So it's dependent on the strength of the founder. If you are a finance person, normally get a salesperson. If you are a salesperson, a business person, get a finance person. But if you deal with product, so if you are a product person, you are not a finance person. So before a finance person, I'll get sales first. So I'm getting finance because I'm already a salesperson. Because if you are not selling, you are not getting any money, then there's nothing to keep.
100%.
Right? There's no money. So if I'm a product guy, I'm going to get a marketing person, a salesperson. Help us put this thing out there. Help us push, help us tell stories, help us push this thing out there. Right? But when we're not making money, then the next thing is, I need a finance person. I need a finance person. Yeah. So that would be my sequence.
I like that. That's very, very powerful. What are some of the books that I know you're a reader, so what are some of the books that helped you, and how do you read? Because a lot of times people don't talk about how they read. People don't know how to read. So let me run through my tree. So I read what are some of my books here? So I do 40 books a year. I love books. I read a lot. So I get a physical book. Yeah. Then as I'm reading the book, if I see a page that I like, I take a picture of that page. I use an app called Readwise. So Readwise uploads that picture to the cloud for me. So when I'm in the train, I'm traveling, instead of me to be looking at social media, I'm looking at all my notes.
Wow.
Then I download the notes as a PDF. I use Google LM or 11 Labs. I turn the PDF into an audio.
Oh, nice.
So that's my process of letting the information speak.
Sinking,
So I always like to hear people. I mean, some people have a photogenic memory. They don't bother about that. But how do you read? And what are some of the books that have really, really helped? Of recent, this book was really, really good for me. I'll tell you.
Making it bigger.
Many people attacked me on on YouTube because they say the guys already rich, came from a rich family, whatever. I said there are a lot of people came from rich families that didn't do anything with their lives.
Of course.
So how do you read?
So I would say,
what's the one book that you say everyone go get this because this book really helped me of recent?
Yeah. So let me start from the one book I think everybody should get. That would be Winning Minds by Ross J. I have such a Ross J, ROSJAY. It's a compilation of several successful people. So he detailed their story in a way. So Winning Minds by Ross J. Right now, if there's a way I read that I've seen gets me the result I want, right? I got at the days when I read many good books. Now I read one good book many times.
That's right. I like that. Over and
over.
For
example, for the past 2 years now, I've been reading The Intelligent Investing. The Intelligent
Yes,
Investor by Benjamin Graham.
Benjamin Graham. Yeah.
Right. And the way I'm not trying to impress anybody that I read. I'm not trying to prove that I'm a reader. I'm not trying to even sound like I read. I want to become what I am reading. So if I'm reading a part and a page stuck with me,
You stay with that
I'm
page.
going to stay on that page for the next 1 month. I'm not moving. So, and also, maybe I sort of have a photographic memory, I don't know, but I can remember at least up to a paragraph in my mind of a book. So you can see me, maybe I'm not even with the book, but the way I meditate on books, it's the same way as meditating on the scripture. Right? I could remember there's this book I read, that's by I. Gimokwede. That's what's the name of this book again?
Living the Tarmac.
Yeah. And there was a part where he was talking about how they designed their vision statement. How he would carry his guys to Sheraton Hotel every weekend, return to the office on Monday.
Yeah.
Every single day.
They were
I'll
actually
stand
playing
up,
Manchester United match for them. Or something.
I would keep going back to that particular verse. So what I was trying to get was not to recite their vision. I wanted that hunger,
spirit
that
of it.
same level of hunger to become my experience. So I wanted that zeal. So I kept reading it just so that one day maybe I'm going to become as zealous as that. When he was talking about how they needed to raise $1 billion, all they had was like 200 million naira.
200 million naira.
Assets. They had to. I said, this is it.
Convince relatives to sell their cars.
Yeah, exactly. So I wanted to get that hunger. Like,
No, do you remember
these guys?
part? Do you remember that part when they raised the liquidity for Nigerian banks when Soludo was there? They had to go to Switzerland, a company in Europe, from their money in equity. They had to convert it to cash. Yeah, so that was a good book.
So you look at all those series. Now, another person will just read the stories and be like, oh, this is inspiring. No, I'm not trying to be inspired. I want to become. That's my goal for reading any book. I want to become. So I was reading it. I wanted that kind of hunger, that level of zeal to become my daily reality.
I like that.
So you would see me, maybe I'm flying and I'm just picturing that there are weekly meetings in my head. How did they do it? How did he convince the staff to come to the hotel? How did he convince them to stay all night? How did he speak with them? I'll just keep picturing him in my mind. And then I want to practice. I think that's another thing. When I read anything in book, I want to practice almost immediately.
100%.
Oh, he sent proposal to people. He was trying to raise money. I'm also sending proposals. Because I want to prove, does this thing work?
I want to prove
you.
That bank in 2002, that bank was number 70 in 100 banks in Nigeria.
Yeah, in 100, exactly.
Yes, today,
exactly.
In terms of assets, that bank is number 1.
Yeah.
It's number 1.
And in less than 10 years.
Yes, in terms of assets. Do you know that when Obasanjo gave MTN the license, that was when, about that time, they opened the bank. That time, if you're not in the syndicate, you cannot bank with MTN.
Yes.
What did he do? He told MTN, he said, no problem. We will help you sell your recharge cards. They became the highest seller of recharge cards. Yeah, go ahead.
Typical Nigerian hustle, but strategic hustle.
Yes.
Strategic hustle.
You're right.
Not just trying to beat the air. No. They knew what they were going after.
100%.
And they were able to. They were willing to do the grunt work.
Yeah.
Not this small work here and there, and they want to do branding. No, they did the background
and
work.
My brother, nothing again. They focus. Not that they were not doing banking and selling cars. They were
Exactly.
not doing banking and doing real estate.
Diversification.
Yes,
multiple streams of income.
Charlie Munger, they don't even want that. Charlie Munger said, do not disrupt anything that is compounded unnecessarily.
Exactly.
You know?
People talk about Warren Buffett and Berkshire, that they have hundreds of companies. What people do not pay attention to is that 70% of their entire portfolio is in about 4 companies.
That's it. You have said it. That's it.
People don't. They just want to diversify blindly.
Yeah.
Calm down and build something solid. Build something solid. But
My
people
brother.
don't want to be. I see someone register a company from the scratch, and he was registering something group of companies. I said startup group of companies. How now? How?
I don't want
this is
Instagram to stop us. It's almost 1 hour. I really,
Okay.
really enjoyed this conversation. Really enjoyed this conversation. I knew it was going to be good. And
yeah.
that's why the devil didn't want it to happen.
I mean, oh man,
man,
it's such a delight
I
being
mean, all
here.
of you know him already. He's a very popular guy on the internet. So follow him. You already know him. Guys, I'm doing a free class on AI. I want you guys to attend it. It's called How to Make Sales Using AI or How to Write AI Prompts. The link is on my
Awesome.
Instagram, but it's free. It's free. So click on the link in the bio and join
Awesome.
that class on the 28th of this month. And join the
Awesome.
class. And Mr. Additional, any advice as people enter the Q2 of 2026? What is the advice you want to give to them as they enter Q2 of 2026 as we wrap this up?
So, I mean, this is something I've said to a couple people in private, that stop letting Nigerian economic fluctuation determine, should I say, your mood in business. Or people, I see people trying to chase macroeconomics. Oh, what would inflation be? Oh, what would fuel be? Oh, well, no. Just make sure what you are building is something that is in demand. Whether inflation goes up, people would still continue to pay for what you have is valuable and is needed. So just focus on what you are building. Make sure it's something that is in demand. Whatever macroeconomics is happening, it will meet you right where it needs to meet you. Right? Just make sure it's in demand. Like people are complaining about fuel. We complain about fuel, but we still buy. Why? It's needed. It's in demand. So that should be every entrepreneur's focus. Stop chasing macroeconomics. Just build something that is in demand, and you'll be fine. Yeah.
That's a very, very powerful advice. Guys, I hope you guys had a great time with this conversation. It's going to be on my Instagram page. And if I don't know, everybody has their policy. I don't know whether his company would agree to it. I can collaborate with him. It's going to be on his page as well. But
We can.
On my page. And
no
I'm going to download it. I'm going to also put it on my TikTok, on YouTube. I thought this conversation was really, really, really good. And I love the advice he gave. Build a resilient business. Build an anti-fragile business. And God bless you, Additional. I'm sure that we're going to
Thank you so much for having me.
We should do something in a physical way. This is
definitely. I look forward to it.
This was really, 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 really good. Yeah. So thank you so much. God bless you, and I'll speak to you soon.